Yep. I'm live. We live. Uncut right now.
Oh, yes.
Tighten it up.
We are live in Selma, Alabama. And top of the morning to everybody. We're here at the Stone, of course, is in Selma. We're getting ready to actually cross the Pettis Bridge, the historical Pettis Bridge, right here in Selma, Alabama. And let me tell you, we are excited. We started off on last night. And, of course, today, not only are we going to walk across the bridge, but we have an extraordinary ceremony that we're going to we're going to award the Footsoldiers, the legendary Footsoldiers. And let me tell you, last night, having the opportunity to meet them last night, and man, Miss Avery, and of course, Brother Joseph, and the rest of the Footsoldiers, the BloodySunday Footsoldiers. So here we are again, right here in Selma, Alabama. We are excited about today. And not only that, we are grateful and thankful to Councilman Michael Johnson and the rest of the people that live here in Selma, Alabama. We are really excited. We thank you guys so much. And I would hope that you guys will continue to contribute to this movement that MA&9 Mustard Seed has contributed. Just in case you didn't know, I got my guy Cam on the other side. Yo, Cam, what up, bro?
What up, bro?
Yo, what is the Cash App in case they would want to do a donation, man? We want to go ahead and keep asking that you guys donate and contribute to the funding of it. Can you give them that right quick, Cam?
Cash App, $HOMM 1289.
Can you do that one more time?
Cash App, $HOMM 1289.
So listen, people.
House of Mtenzi Museum.
I know you guys are going to look over this over and over, but do not omit the fact that we need donations in order for us to be able to continue to move. And as you can see, God is surely and truly enlarging our territory. And after I said that, we're going to say this. We'll get back with you guys later. Peace.
Interview people. Just, you know, we did go around just like style with Joe.
All right. Now, this guy right here, Brother Joe Calhoun, man, let me tell you, man, you have been a part of this historical moment. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in 1969, you were 17 years old. You were a part of the movement with the civil rights movement of the sanitation workers. Man, so let me ask you, what, at 17, I know you probably don't just remember it, but I'm pretty sure you do, because when you look at the historical moments in your life and you were a part of something that was historical, what is it about then and now? And I know I ask you that all the time, and I'm probably going to keep asking you that, because I think that it comes with the growth and the process of being able to move forward from then to now. So what is it that inside you that makes you continue to do what you're doing?
Well, especially right now, because we're reversing so many things that people fought for. Like this sign, I keep having to bring it out every year. And if you see it across the bottom, I keep changing the year and the date.
Oh,
because
man.
We're fighting for the same things. We're fighting for equality, for justice, and for the right to just walk and be the person that you are. And that's unfortunate that we're still fighting in 2025 for the same things we fought for in 65, 68, 69, and 2020. We fought for those same things, and it still hasn't been achieved to the fullest yet.
Wow. Man, well, listen, man, just on behalf of Positive Reaction, man, and the movement that we have in the community, man, I just want to tell you, brother, I appreciate you, man, and I can say this, I wouldn't even be here in Selma if it wasn't for you. Bless you, brother. I appreciate you, love you, man.
Thank you.
All right, listen, man, back in 1967, it was established, the Invaders. Man, it's something, though, because when you look at history, as you can see right there, history was established in 1867. The Invaders, 1967.
Behind Carver High School.
Behind.
Memphis.
Wow.
In the fall.
Man, as I mentioned on yesterday, I remember, or should I say, I'm reminded of John B. Smith. I'm reminded of him telling me about the last time that he had the opportunity to sit in the room with Dr. Martin Luther King, and they were having a conversation, and this was prior to him being assassinated. And to be a part of such a great movement and a great organization, and something that keeps us lifted up on our toes and able to say, listen, we're not going to stop this movement. We're going to keep moving forward, and we're going to do what we have to do. What is it about that makes you want to keep moving forward with the Invaders?
Well, the movement never stops, just like any other race until the race is over.
Right.
And the race is not over until every last one of us have some kind of, not equality, but the equity
Right.
that's available for everybody in America.
Right.
So picking up the state really is just a walk in the park because I see the end result. But hopefully I can help us get a little bit closer because the race won't be over until the next generation probably pick it up.
Right. Speaking of the next generation, got a younger brother here, man, and you are, we were all riding together, man, and one thing that I'm reminded of conversations that we were having in regards to history. And so what are your thoughts on being in the position that you're in? I call it the position of authority because as you stand there holding that sign, I am a man, what is it about this that lifts you up and allow you to keep moving forward and being a part of it?
Just getting the opportunity to learn more about history and being a part of it and getting the chance to continue to fight.
Man, that is powerful. Sometimes we can say the words that we choose are the words, or it can be two words, and they can be such powerful words, man. I appreciate you guys this morning. All right, we're going to move on, of course, through here. And God's world is not Trump's. Don't give up the fight. This is
I'm in Atlanta. When my mother got married, she couldn't take her and miss it. I decided to come back to Alabama instead of taking my mom.
How you doing? Excuse me, ladies. I don't mean to interrupt you guys. We're live, and Miss Avery, I just wanted to ask you something, man. We're not going to take a lot of your time up this morning. No, I'm pretty sure you can because I was uplifted yesterday from just about all of your comments, and not only that, but I was astounded by your energy that you have and your keen memory. And I just want to ask you this morning, what does this morning, being a part of this reenactment of going across the Pettis Bridge, what does it mean to you this morning?
Well, for one thing, I'm disappointed in our people for not following it up, including me. Because Dr. Lowry said that we dropped the ball. When we got the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights, we got comfortable. We dropped the ball. We stopped doing what we were doing in our communities as a community. And now we got all these other problems. That problem was coming anyway, but we needed to be prepared for it. And we were not prepared for it. And I told Joe, and I told him, I said, if you get ready to start it again, call me.
Give me 1 minute to get to this.
I'm not a cake person, I'm a new person.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I think we're getting ready to organize.
I ain't got no hang-up with working with different organizations. Now, we might have difference on some of the issues, but I work with them on the issues that I can work with them on.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Avery. She is one of the original Bloody Sunday members that walked across the Pettis Bridge where we are right now. As a matter of fact, there is the bridge right there.
We had a song. I was part of the SNCC. And we had a song that we used to sing privately. I don't sing, so I'm just going to say it. We've been buked and we've been scorned. We have been talked about as sure as you're born. But we'll never turn back.
Such powerful words.
Now, that was the song that's one of them. The other one is, I Know We Meet Again. Because we always thought that it was a possibility that somebody might get killed. And we decided that we were going to do this in spite of all of that. I knew all the people. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, with the great Reverend Shuttlesworth.
Yes.
I worked with the great Jim Foreman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. I worked with Y.T. Walker and Jose Williams, who was part of the SCLC movement.
So you were amongst
I worked with the Bob Moses, who was head of the Mississippi project. And I'm so glad that, and I worked with Miss Baker. Miss Baker was very important in my life. And matter of fact, in a lot of our lives, because, you know, she didn't go to the press and stuff, but she would talk to you just like we were talking just then. And this is how you learn things, you know, by talking to people like that. You know? And I asked her one time, I said, I wanted her to help me organize something. And she told me, said, I'm not going to do it. I felt so bad. And I finally went back to her. And I asked her why. She said, you can do it yourself.
Wow.
I said, but I need a lot of people. She said, no, you only need one. Behind one, another person is coming. If you notice, all of the demonstrations we had were not large demonstrations. Just think about it. They were one person, two person, 10 people, 15 people, 20 people. The larger ones came here, you know, we got a lot of
media
press.
coverage, yeah. And that's
and Dr. King. Now, right here when I came, when I got here, I just gotten out of jail in Natchez, Mississippi. See, I'm a Mississippi student, and I was project director in Hale County, Greensboro. So there were a lot of people here, right here locally in Selma, and I didn't get to know them too. As of late, you know, around now, I came back to volunteer and do some stuff after I retired. But actually, I was in.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Avery. I'm going to have to move around from there. I'm going to let them finish recording her story. I'm going to go over now, and I was looking for Councilman Johnson. Councilman Johnson, can I get a second, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm trying to get the mail phone ready.
Okay.
Good. How you doing, Drew?
All righty, brother.
All right. Good. Good.
Let me just scan over here for a second. Excuse me. Stanley Campbell, aka my brother Cam, aka Memphis Footman, and of course Saj. Man, listen, man. Let me ask you guys. Of course, being a part of this historic moment, and of course, you know, I must say that Cam, you are amazing in the way that you create different, or should I say, different reenactments of our history. Brother Derek Dean as well. Cam, what is it that moves you in your ways of doing the things that you do as a visionary that allows us, not only as your brothers and your friends, man, but part of the rise of the 300 moral leaders? What is it that motivates you to continue to create these reenactments, man, and doing what we're doing today as we are preparing to cross the historic Pettus Bridge?
We've always been preserving our history. It's a must. I think since 1989, creating the annual Stone Awards. Oh my God, 1989. Yeah, and creating them. It has always been preserving the history and honoring, placing accountability on leaders, so-called leaders, or leaders that's in position, and honoring those leaders that's really walking the walk and being that bona fide tri-storm leaders. This movement that the movement in the last 2 years have been more of a spiritual type of awakening from the Most High God to recreate famous photos, the legacy of our forefathers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, you know, Black Panther, the Invaders, and on John B. Smith, and on and on. Have no idea that we'll be ushering into 2025 with Project 2025,
right?
With the new administration, then have no idea that we'll be walking into that type of era of time. Now I understand why Most High God having me lead me in this way,
right?
Preserve the history, pushing that, and the slogan they say, "Least we forget."
Right.
That's really not a slogan. That's reaction.
Right.
You know, that's a call. That's a call. That's a call of duty for all of us. Is not forget any of our forefathers and civil rights leaders and our history.
Right.
Never, ever forget.
Let me ask you, in mentioning the call of duty, do you think or do you believe that there is a responsibility of not only, of course, we're from Memphis here in Selma, but do you think there's a responsibility of the people to collectively continue to not only do these reenactments, but to create and do demonstrations and organize other ways and means of being able to not only target Project 2025, but even when we look at how we have to deal with systemic racism, even on this day, and unfortunately, it's just the same picture, but it just has a different cover. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree. To be honest with you, there have always been accountability on every one of us individually. I think that you as an individual should go within yourself in thoughts of where you are, where we are as a people.
Right.
And snatch that accountability for yourself and say, you know what? I gotta stand for my people. I gotta stand for my mother, my brother, my sister, my niece and nephews. I gotta stand for righteous. I gotta stand for God. I gotta stand and say, okay, we have a new administration that's trying to completely do away with our history. Real time.
Right.
This is not a conversation. This is not a fact. I mean, this is not a fictional story. This is real time.
Right.
We have an administration that's completely trying to erase our history. Right now, talking to everyone that's viewing right now, real time. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Real time, ladies and gentlemen.
And Sarge, man, you know, you retired military in the U.S. Army. You have a powerful organization that you work with the youth back in Memphis, Tennessee. So for you, being a retired military, having committed to changing the lives of youth in our community, and not only that, but even touching the people. I know since I met you years ago, you know, and you know, you have never stopped. You've been committed, and I commend you, as a matter of fact, of what you're doing now. And what is it about that give you that drivenness about yourself? And I know that's a word I just created. Drivenness. You know, what is it about that keeps you motivated to keep doing what you're doing? That drivenness, as I meant.
We got to understand, when you have a love and a passion for something, and God have blessed you with the insight to do things, a lot of time, you know, when you have that driven, for me, myself, you know, it's just a spirit in me that drives me to do these things for young folk. And I know, and everybody knows that if we don't invest in our young folks and educate them about our history will be lost. And they will have no idea what the past. Remember, and we always think about that history is our foundation. That's what builds us and make us as we are today in our present time. But also preserve the fact that we need to press on for a higher cause. That doesn't make a future for our people and all people. And we need to understand that driven me. I like to see changes.
Yes.
Changes is good. And it's good for the better of people overall. And we got to continue to fight. We can't give up. I'm not going to give on our young folks. I love our old folks as well. Those ones that broke their back, we are standing on their shoulders.
Yes.
And we got to continue to press on, drive on what they started. It's not over.
Yes, it's not over.
and we got to continue to press on. And God has been good to me in that process. Don't ask me sometimes. I'm like Cam, the spirit in you just keep driving. You just keep driving you. Even you want to quit sometimes, but the spirit just keep pushing you. And that's the spirit of God, and that's what we got to continue to move on. And remember, that it's not our calling. It's the calling of the spirit that drives us to continue to move on forward. Do not give up the fight. All we got to fight is not give up.
Wow. Brother Derek Dean, I call him D. And man, you know, I do know that, you know, we've had the last couple of years, we've actually hosted Mtenzi Awards over at your venue. And not only that, but I mean, there are other things that you do in the community. I was watching a video just a few days ago. You were working with youth because, you know, you have this chemistry of talent as a chef and be able to create, you know, different things that we like to eat, which is food.
Yeah.
But what is it, man? Because I was talking to you yesterday, and I was talking about the drive that we had here, and I was thinking about that I would not want to drive down through there at night. And you drove here to Selma, Alabama. It was at night, and just kind of go into just the thought process of that and what makes it so important for you being here.
We here for a great cause and great purpose, and that drive, when I drove here, especially when I got to the Selma sign, even though I've been to Alabama, you know, Birmingham, but through these little grooves and small roads I went through, you can just feel something. There was something in my spirit that moved, and that it just wasn't. I couldn't really explain, but you can feel some type of pain. You can feel the suffering. You can feel something that happened here with our ancestors, with us.
Okay. We're gonna. Okay, not to cut you off, D. We're gonna come back. I just wanted to get in the councilman before we move forward. Councilman Michael Johnson. Man, I was trying to I know you were talking to the mayor this morning. First, let me say, man, I appreciate you, man, for having us here in Selma, Alabama, man. I missed the last couple of trips, but I am here today, man. Let me ask you just, what is the importance of us being here in Selma, Alabama, man, and you representing Selma as city councilman of this district?
Well, Drew, let me say this. Let me go back. I have no idea about this group. The Rise to 300, the guys, until the storm hit Selma. When Cam came here January 12th, 2023, when the storm hit, but he came a week or so after then, and I met him. Just one phone call. It's been history since then. The love that Memphis gave Selma, I can't forget it. I'm talking about Cam came with a carload of stuff in the trunk, inside the car and everything. I don't see how he made it driven all the way from
Memphis
to Selma.
Right.
But let me go back to this. But then I started looking and researching Cam to see the history of what he been doing. This is a giving young man.
Right.
Y'all constantly giving back until the city, Memphis and surrounding area. But this is something what I love about him, because he always want to keep the history going. Things that the struggle that our people went through back in the day. This means a lot to me.
All right, let's walk over here if you could.
We're keeping it going.
Right.
So, my point is, I really appreciate you guys coming here. Drew, I met you back here when I first came to Memphis. I always saw you on Facebook.
Yes.
And you've been doing an awesome job. I love you.
I love you too, brother. I appreciate you.
But again, I know we can really get started with this here. I want to welcome you guys here. Those that are not wasn't able to come, hope that what you're seeing on live Facebook be some entertainment, and not just that, just something that you see what Selma have gone through. Hopefully you'll see that we are trying to get back together from a storm that we not just one storm, two storms. But we appreciate you guys coming to see us.
Man, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
We're glad for you guys to have. As you can see, we have gathered here. Right here on the bottom of the bridge. You can see Cam is talking right now, and I might say there is a group of us that have come from Memphis. As a matter of fact, there is a nice participation of those of us from Memphis, and as you can see, Cam, as he does, he orchestrates, and of course,
You know how to go Facebook Live.
Here, and that's the amazing thing about it.
So I need everyone.
It's absolutely amazing when you look at all the different people that are here.
I need the Facebook Live more than we get set up.
We're gonna sign off and we're gonna come back in later. This is Drew McCraven. We are live from Selma, Alabama, and we are preparing to march. And I just wanted to go over here. This sign they were telling us on yesterday. This sign right here, right down under the bridge over there where the steps are, is where the slaves would walk up from the water downstairs. So thank you guys. We'll be signing back in later. We are right here live in Selma, Alabama, getting ready to march across the MEMPHIS Bridge. Peace and love. One.